I kind of had this, and I'm looking at good talent. And what I mean by talent in the athletics world, of course, is, if I'm honest, mum and dad have done well. Okay, so they have a particular genetic makeup, so they are naturally born towards being successful in a particular way, moving fast or jumping high. So why then, when I got this mix of talent and strategy, weren't people being successful? And he said, you need to cut yourself some slack, because what's really happening is people are not going to deliver themselves to success because you want them to. They're going to deliver themselves to success because they want to. So it's not enough to me to have the energy and excitement, which I have and I need, to be in these moments. I need everybody around me, and particularly the performer, to be motivated to be successful. People will do stuff because they want to, not because we tell them to. I mean, they might do stuff we tell them to in the short term, and certainly in moments of risk critical times or economically critical times, and certainly in adversity, but over any sustained period of time, like dealing with a protracted incident and preparing for it, like preparing an Olympian or developing an organization. No, they do it because they want to. So the third one's motivation. And the last one, of course, is apparently Rome wasn't built in a day, and I'm guessing that's true. And Olympic champions aren't built in a day, and business success is not turned over in a day either. So my fourth one is resilience. But my resilience, or my thoughts of resilience, may be slightly different to others. I don't know. So we can kind of challenge that. Do you want me to go into that thought now?
Yeah.
I think when we first talk about resilience, what I tend to hear back is examples of resilient behavior. And of course, Ian Dowie famously quoted, this bounce back ability idea. And the reason I use that is because I think it sums it up beautifully. If you want to talk about resilience, it's bounce back ability, your ability to get back up, your ability to go again, face adversity, deal with the knocks. And of course, that's true. But I don't describe true resilience as that. That's resilient. That's examples of resilient behavior. True resilience is the notion or the idea or concept of never falling in the first place. So actually, when I'm preparing a team to deal with a critical incident, when I was preparing an Olympian to deal with that stage, or I'm working with business owners to achieve their success, what I'm actually looking for is every single area in their people and their planning and their processes and their resources, and work out where will something go wrong? Where will something break? And then I help them basically take a strategic approach to putting things in place to ensure they don't break. That is resilience. So talent, strategy, motivation, and resilience are my four absolute fundamentals that are.
Imagine this, you have a great business, strong results, and a message worth sharing, but most people outside your network still have no idea who you are. Growth slows when visibility stops. Podcast guesting solves that. Instead of chasing leads or interrupting people with ads, you speak directly to audiences who are already interested in your topic. They share your story, your approach, and your value you deliver. Trust is built before the first conversation. At Podcast Introduction, we help business owners get booked on the right shows. We research targeted podcasts, pitch you on your behalf, and position you as the expert, so every interview becomes a growth asset that drives leads and authority. If you want more visibility, more credibility, and more conversations with the right clients, podcast guesting is a powerful lever for you. Visit podcastintroduction.com and start expanding your reach today.
And is that your fireproof framework?
No. So the fireproof framework, okay, allow me. So the fireproof framework basically is a strategic readiness framework. So people talk about the reaction, okay? So the reaction of a business in a moment when the client demands something. It's the reaction of the moment when you're at a critical incident, or the reaction of your behavior at an Olympic stadium. Whatever your situation, you will have to perform in a moment. The Fireproof framework is from me reflecting on 40 years of coaching and working with executive business leaders to actually look at the stages that I took to get people ready for that moment.
Okay.
And so the Fireproof framework is an acronym for the 9 stages of preparedness. And that's what, that's the book I'm writing at the moment, 20,000 words in. And
it's impressive. Well done.
Yeah. So I'm happy to share whatever you want. Yeah. The framework.
So let's go into this talent, strategy, motivation, resilience. Yeah. So you talk about the talent. So when you immediately mention talent, it makes me think of people that are talented. But actually, when you're talking about an Olympic athlete, talent only gets you so far, doesn't it?
Yes, absolutely.
And being able to turn up every day and train is going to get you much further than pure talent. I'm in the rugby world a little bit. I sort of coach a young team, and you can see the talented kids, but if they don't have the right attitude, they're never going to succeed. Correct. So having the right people in place to bring that talent forward and build that up, I think, is incredibly important. So for you, when you're talking about talent, do you think does talent mean the skill sets that they have as an athlete? We'll talk about athletes for now. Or is that the experts, the coaches on one side that are bringing the talent out of the individual?
Really easy answer. It's both. Because I think we need the collective. Again, I can't think of a situation where we've got a single person delivering greatness that doesn't have great people around them. So I always think of greatness in terms of team anyway. And even in the world of athletics, we think about the current greatness, the greatest of all, and the Mondo Duplantis, of course, the Swedish pole vaulter.